Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the Manufacturer Series on GT Sport. This is round 7, the final round of the championship. Race 1 at Willow Springs, the Big Willow. We are in the Mustang GT15 for this first race. 14 laps, let's take you through the grid. It is Callum on pole position. He's first on the grid, and also he's leading the championship by 1 point into this round, so it's going to be very close. Neil Farmack in second position, TY in third, then Callum's nemesis, Bidzster in fourth, with 1 point in him in the championship, and they're both light on weight in this race as well, 40 and 80 kilos, so not much. Gummy Bear in fifth, Techno sixth, Rodders seventh, Rural in a decent 8th place, Thingamajig in 9th. And then it's 10th for Firepower. Homesick Alien in 11th, so not a good qualifying for him, but he's got maximum weight on from the last race because he won his first race last time out. Stacker in 12th. Thundercats, new guy, in 13th. Danny Quaver, the return of Danny Quaver in 14th for a one-off race. And Seat 1 back in 15th because he was a bit late joining. So let's get on with the race then, guys. 15 people out of a possible 16 in the lobby. Brilliant stuff. We've not had this many people on track before in ages, so let's see how this goes. Revs rise as we get ready for the off. There's Callum on pole position. We are off. Callum, good start. TY off as well. Bidzster, decent. Gummy Bear's coming up as well. Here we go, down towards the first corner then. And we've got Gummy Bear on the outside. Contact with Techno. Around the outside of Bidzster as well. Rodders through, and then Thingamajig and everyone else in the background cleanly through. So it's Callum, Neil, TY, Gummy Bear, Bidzster, Rodders round the turn 2, long turn 2. Bidzster on the outside trying to get past Gummy Bear. Team takeaway. Rodders right behind his teammate into the next few corners. TY third, Gummy Bear slices in front of Bidzster. Have that. There's Rural in 8th place. Techno just ahead. All nicely up the hill. I think TY's attacking Neil Farmack for 2nd place as we go up over the top, and I think we saw a car slide out there in the back now. Oh, we've got Bidzster and Gummy Bear almost side by side. Bidzster tries to go around the outside of Gummy Bear. He's hit the sand. Oh, Bidzster goes round. Bidzster goes round. That's not good for his championship. There he goes. Round he goes. Rodders is off as well, so he must have been involved with his teammate and comes back on and almost hits Thingamajig. Oh, close rejoin there. We'll get a replay on that after the first lap, but what a dramatic start. Bidzster's all the way back in 14th now with work to do. Danny Quaver's behind him. Meanwhile, TY still attacking Neil, looking up the inside into the last corner. That's brave as we go down over the start-finish line then. Callum in the lead from Neil Farmack, TY, Gummy Bear, Techno. They've all got dust in the background. Rural's off in 12th. He's off the track. Gone really wide there. Bidzster goes through into 13th place now. There's Seek. So dramatic opening lap then. We'll get a replay on the Bidzster incident now. Okay, here's a replay of what happened between Bidzster and Rodders then. So down the hill, Bidzster's alongside, Gummy Bear around the outside. Now he tries to keep it around the outside, but Gummy Bear just runs a little bit wide. Bidzster hits the sand, and once he hits the sand, nothing he can do. Spins round. His teammate's in the wrong place at the wrong time. He goes off-roading. Bidzster spins round. And then Rodders has to try and rejoin, and then just rejoins in front of Thingamajig. Bit of a dangerous rejoin, but I suppose on the sand you've not really got much control, but at least it all ended well. So as you come back from that then, Bidzster with work to do, back in 13th place then. Here comes TY trying to catch up to Neil Farmack. Techno behind Gummy Bear. Firepower in a fantastic 6th place, taking advantage of all the first lap calamities. Rodders in 9th behind Homesick. Thundercats alongside Seat 1. Seat 1 in a, well, not really a very liveried car because he's not really had time to do it. But Seat 1 goes up the hill. Thundercats drifting that car up the hill. Remember, this car's on sport soft tyres, guys. So, road going tyres for this car. As Bidzster up the inside of Stacker, and Stacker spins round. There was no contact there. Stacker just spun on his own. So Stacker goes round and does donuts, and through goes Rural and Danny Quaver. So they're back in the pack as well. As we look at Thingamajig then, he's catching up to Firepower. So Thingamajig in the number 7, well not number 7, sorry, 7th on the 7th in the race, but number 11, Dairy Milk Car. I think, well, it's actually Whisper. I think this time. Let's have a look. Yep, Whisper. And for the Dairy, it's still on the Cadbury's sponsorship. As out front then, Neil Farmack is catching Callum. This is what Bidzster needs. He needs Neil to put pressure on Callum to try and stop Callum from scoring points. But Neil's in it for his own championship position as well. He's more or less got third sewn up at the minute, but he wants to make sure that it does stay there. TY there in third place. He's battling down for 5th and 6th places at the minute in the championship, so they're all close. There's Gummy Bear 4th, Techno 5th, Firepower with Thingamajig right behind him. Got a little battle back here as well. Bidzster's on the back of Thundercats, so Bidzster's catching up through the field. We've got Roral and Danny Quaver quite close together as well. So Bidzster then on the move. There's Thundercats, Seat 1, Homesick Alien and Rodders, all very close together as well. So Homesick Alien and Rodders going back into the hands of these boys as Thundercats runs wide and Bidzster runs wide trying to avoid him. As we go up the hill, Bidzster then might go for the cutback here down the hill. Oh, Thundercats sideways, Bidzster can't help but run into him. But down the hill, Thundercats, well, drifting that car, not really, it looks good, but it's not the fastest way around the track, and if you want to be up for the win, Thundercats, you need to keep the car from going sideways and try and go as fast as you can. Bidzster up to 11th then, Bidzster making up places, but still out front it is Callum, Neil and TY, all very close together. TY right on the back of these boys now, all three as one, down towards the first corner. There's Callum in the Smirnoff car, running a bit of a sort of a lady-friendly car. As we go into the turn 1, into turn 2, Neil Farmack in second, right behind him. All three still close together. TY closes up mid-corner. Techno's on the back of Gummy Bear now, so Techno closing up on the back of Gummy Bear here, right close behind him. Meanwhile, back here we've got a right tussle. Rodders, Firepower, Thingamajig, Homesick Alien, and we've got Bidzster gone off again. I thought something going backwards a bit, but Thundercats is in 12th. Homesick Alien right behind these boys, and then everyone really close here. Thingamajig's gone slightly backwards here. Firepower's in 7th now. Thingamajig close together. Over the top of the hill, get the power on down the hill. Got a break and turn here, very hard bit of track. Rodders goes nicely through. Firepower goes wide and Seat 1 hits the drift button. As we go from a very long shot, you can see the black car thing of Seat 1 with Bidzster right behind him, trying to get past Homesick Alien as well. So Bidzster's trying to get through the field here. As you just quickly look out front, we've still got the leaders close together. All three still as one. As TY starts altering the sand and building a sandcastle as we go into the last corner then. Bidzster up the inside of Homesick Alien on the last corner, and I think Homesick Alien got a bit scared there. Went off the track. But Bidzster now right behind Seat 1. Bidzster looking to make up positions as Homesick Alien tries to rejoin and ends up in the pit lane. So Homesick Alien, that's not a scheduled stop, I can tell you that, but he just went wide off the corner and ended up in the pits as Gummy Bear still keeping Techno off. For 4th place as Techno's right behind him, then into the corner right behind him. As with these boys here, we've got Thingamajig on the inside of Firepower, Bidzster on the inside of Seat 1 in the background as well. All very close. 4 cars side by side with each other as Seat 1 starts, well, going towards the desert, and Seat 1 goes back down to 10th, Bidzster in 9th now. Right behind Firepower, next target. As Thingamajig goes off, that could make Bidzster sees a gap on the inside and goes for it, and there's a little sneaky look up the inside of Thingamajig as well. So up another place goes Bidzster on the move here, carving his way through the field. As he slides his way down the hill, and then up the top as Seat 1 trying to take advantage of Firepower here around the outside as dust kicks up. Firepower slides the car out. And still side by side down towards the next corner. Still the same order at the front, I can tell you that for now. As Firepower's on the inside of Seat 1, not giving up, but he's going to have to because Seat 1's got a good run around the outside. Bidzster then right behind Thingamajig. In the Cadbridge car, there he is, number 11, and then number 22, Bidzster. In the Pizza Hut car this time, Team Takeaway running the Pizza Hut livery. As we go over the start-finish line. Techno is now ahead of Gummy Bear. Techno's ahead of Gummy Bear, so pass for 4th place. As Techno uses a bit of the dirt as he goes into the corner. Gummy Bear tries to close up behind. Can't quite make a move stick as TY still sticking with Neil and Callum. Neil still pressuring Callum, but no mistake visible as of yet for Callum. So Callum holding on well here. Battles all the way down the field. Techno and Gummy Bear for 4th. We've got Bidzster who's ahead of Thingamajig now. Bidzster passes Thingamajig into 7th place. Next target is his teammate Rodders. as we got Firepower and Thingamajig close together. Seat 1 in 10th, Rural 11th, Thundercats in 12th, Danny Quaver a nice 13th, and his first race back with us for quite a while. Homesick Alien in 14th place, and Stacker back in 15th, but he's catching the pack, which is good news. So he's on it as Danny Quaver slides out in the yellow Mustang, and Homesick Alien will close up a little bit more. Gummy Bear goes back behind Techno, and the leaders here out of the last corner, all still the same gap. Neil does get quite a good run, but he'll not be close enough before the next corner as Techno and Gummy Bear close together as well onto the start-finish straight. There's Bidzster, he's trying to catch his teammate Rodders there, as we've got Thingamajig and Firepower close together as well. Firepower goes for a narrower exit to try and get a better run onto the straight. And he does so. Not sure if he's going to be close enough by the end of the straight, but no harm in trying, as we look at Danny Quaver then with Homesick Alien going up the inside into the last corner. Homesick Alien goes through. Danny Quaver goes wide, very close to the outside, but Homesick Alien, a good move there around the outside. As Danny Quaver gets a good move. Oh, Danny Quaver gets a good run. Not able to do anything with it though, because Homesick Alien's car just ran out to the outside of the track, and Danny Quaver had to lift off just as he was getting the power on. So Homesick Alien is in 13th place then, but Danny Quaver showing that he's still got it. In 14th place, still battling hard as Homesick Alien eats dust. And we go round the outside with Danny Quaver here. Danny Quaver around the outside. He's going to go all the way around the outside of him. It would be brilliant if he does. Not giving up. He might have moved away and he might have not been with us for a while, but he's back with a vengeance up the inside of Homesick Alien, but he can't quite get it done. Homesick Alien holds on around the outside. Good battling there by them two as Danny Quaver looks up the inside, but no, not close enough. Callum, Neil and TY then onto the start-finish line. Still in the same order, still pressuring each other. 25-1 for Callum, 25-3. 25-1 for Callum, 25-3 for Neil, and 25-0 for TY. So still all lapping within a few tenths of each other. Techno a solid 4th from Gummy Bear in 5th. Rodders now with his teammate Bidzster catching him up. I'll have to see if there's any team orders, but I don't think there will be, because the Bidzster and Rodders don't tend to do team orders. They'll do common sense, which is if the person behind is a lot faster, then they'll just let them go anyway. It's just common sense, but if they are on the same pace, then they are free to battle for it. So no team orders. Back there we've got a car off at the last corner. Who's that? Danny Quaver's thrown it away. Danny Quaver's thrown it away from 13th, gone all the way back down to 15th now. Goes back from his exploration in the desert and rejoins in 15th place. Firepower still trying to hang on to the back of Thingamajig here. Bidzster and Rodders very close together now, the two teammates. 25-7 for Bidzster that last time round, because he got some clear air finally. Into the corner, slide his way into the corner. Right behind his teammate now. Meanwhile, the leaders are very close. Neil's as close as he's ever been to Callum now. Right behind him, but Callum gets a good run through the last corner and out of it. Oh, kicks up the dust though. Very close stuff as we go across the line. Lap times, let's have a look. Callum, 25-3, 24-9 for Neil in the draft, and 25-1 for TY. So Callum then, he's holding on well for now, but I'm wondering how long for, because Neil's right behind him now. Pressure, pressure, pressure. It's got to be building in the helmet of Callum. But Neil relentless in his attack, and TY saying, wait for me, I'm going to stay with you. As Bidzster and Rodders then close together, as Bidzster goes for the inside. Can't quite make it stick into there. Looks to the inside of the other corner, practically pushing his teammate along now. Around the long right-hander, Bidzster goes up the inside. Rodders is still on the outside. Side by side, the two teammates. Little tap of the brake by Bidzster there just to smooth out the car, but Bidzster gets a nice move on the inside, and Rodders doesn't bother to fight back too hard, because they're both fighting for their own championship positions here. So Rodders and Bidzster then 6th and 7th. Hopefully Bidzster might be able to pull Rodders up to the next bunch, we'll see. But next bunch is Gummy Bear and Techno for Bidzster, but Gummy Bear and Techno have had quite good pace in this race, so don't think we'll be able to catch them quick, but you never know. It's Callum then, number 99, round the last corner with Neil Farmack, number 12 behind him, then the 00 of TY and his sidekick Muttley. We're down into the corner. First corner, Neil gets a good run into there. Very good run actually, right behind Callum now. Practically smelling the gearbox oil from that Mustang in front of him. Into the second corner, long radius left-hander, slightly banked. Very hard corner to get right and a very easy corner to get wrong. We go around this corner then into the next braking zone. Again, cambers in. Up the hill. Get a good run, don't want to go in too hot. Callum and Neil take very good lines through there. All these guys very experienced with LPB racing. Down the hill into the little dip. Onto the power. All of them driving the car on the absolute limit here. And all of them top trumping each other. So, all going as fast as they can. Very even pace. Techno in fourth, he's doing well. He's not doing too bad. Team Rabble car, Neil Farmack's teammate, who's obviously in second place. As Neil looks up the inside of Callum there, but can't quite make a move stick. Callum might run a bit wide here, and Neil get the cutback for a better run in the draft, but again, just gets a little tail slide out of the corner, and I don't think he's going to be close enough for a move, but you never know because he's closing right up. Callum has to defend now. Callum's defending the inside, so that's going to slow him up. So Callum's actually going to have to start defending now, and that's going to put him back towards TY. As Neil sees a little gap on the inside, but again thinks out of it. Sometimes it's not necessarily the driver going for a gap, sometimes it's just the driver putting the pressure on and seeing what he can do with it, and just hopefully try and push the other person into a mistake. As Neil then gets on the dust on the inside, Callum just holds on around the outside. Close stuff indeed. Up and over the hill, we've got a little battle brewing back here between Firepower and Seek 1. So Firepower goes a bit wide, Seek 1 goes to the outside. And Firepower part of Team Smirnoff, which is the him and Callum. As we go around the outside with Seek 1. Trying to put himself on the inside for the next corner. I think he's succeeded. Unless Firepower's going to be brave on the brakes, and they're both very brave on the brakes. Firepower outbrakes someone round the outside. Never seen that before. Well done, Firepower, holding on to his position with all his might. And a nice little cheeky thing on the side of the car, as you'll probably see in a moment as we go around this corner. Let's have a little look at... Firepower gets hit by Seek. Contact between the two. Firepower sideways. Seek 1 could not avoid that. As we go down to the next corner, let's have a look at Callum and Neil then. Only a handful of laps left, and they're still very close together. Very close indeed as Firepower there goes through, and the number 27 with Seek 1 behind him after recovering after what happened at the corner before. And that's what's on the side of the car. Very cheeky indeed from Firepower. So nothing like a bit of old school girls on the side of the car. Nothing wrong with it, just people getting easily over offended these days. As we go through the top of the hill, nice atmospheric shot that, as Callum goes down the hill with a similar looking car on the side of his, except he's got one pink girl and one black girl on the side, as we'll see here. There we go. Very cheeky indeed, boys, as Neil Farmack goes down the hill. Closing right up behind him now. He's actually got quite a good run here. Could he go for a move into the last corner? He'd be brave if he does. Has a cheeky little look just to make Callum put off his game, but I don't think it's going to work. It doesn't work. Callum resists. For now, we're about to start the penultimate lap of this race. Callum over the start-finish line then. TY falling back a bit from this group then. 26.5 the last lap, so TY obviously the tyres are going off here. As Neil Farmack then pressuring Callum. Just trying to force that mistake, but Callum is not budging as Gummy Bear's gone backwards. Has he gone backwards? Yes, he's off. Gummy Bear's off. So Techno in fourth, and Bidzster obviously now fifth because Gummy Bear's gone backwards. Even Rodders has passed him. So Gummy Bear makes a mistake down to 7th place then. So all the way from 5th to 7th for Gummy Bear. So Bidzster will be happy, another place gained for him, but Techno's a bit too far in front to catch, really. But the main battle at the minute is the battle for the lead. Callum versus Neil. And just while they go, oh, Callum goes on the dirt. Oh, close stuff. Just while we're watching them go into that corner, we're just going to briefly go back to Seat 1 and Firepower. Seat 1 is now ahead of Firepower, and he's made a good move there. Well done. As back to the leaders then, this is the main battle on track. Callum needs all the points he can get with Bidzster back in 5th place. So every single point counts. Yes, you'll have weight on for the next race, but every point counts here. You just have to do as well as you can with the weight. So I'd personally rather have a points advantage and more weight than having it the other way around. So just to make sure you've got the points in the bag. As Callum then goes onto the straight, Neil Farmer behind him about to start the last lap of the race. Let's have a little look back here at Firepower and Seat. They're still battling out very hard indeed. As Seat 1 goes a little bit wide there, that could help Firepower catch up on the next straight. You never know as we go back to the leaders. I think we've got a little decent battle back here at the back of the grid. I think Homesy Kalian's actually been off again. So Danny Quaver ahead in 14th. But let's go back and focus on the leaders, who are not far off lapping these boys actually, but we're coming towards the end of the race. So Callum then up the hill, Neil still behind him, still waiting for that mistake, but it's not happening. Callum pressuring hard here, or pushing hard should I say. Down the hill we go. Down the hill, Neil behind, still going over the curbs as much as he can, trying to close in. TY doing the same. But again, Callum still holding on to the lead. He's got a good cushion here, so unless he makes a big mistake here, it should be all his. Just don't make a mistake on this last lap, Callum. Number 99 in the lead, number 12 in second. Down to the last corner, you can see the marbles there on the side of the track from the tyres as we go around the last corner then. Callum goes around the last corner. Is he going to make a mistake out of the last corner? No is the answer. Callum then comes across the line. There's the checkered flag. Callum takes victory in this first race and bags some very important points. Well done to Callum. Neil second, TY in third. And then it is going to be Techno in 4th place. Well done to Techno. Good race for him in 4th. Good points haul. Bidzster just getting a little penalty he got on the last lap, but he's going to be in 5th and bag some points. But obviously a bit of a disastrous race for him, especially at the start. But Bidzster in 5th. Rodders in 6th place there, his teammate. So first of the non-weight runners for the next race. Gummy Bear 7th after that mistake. 8th for Thingamajig. Good finish for him. Firepower's going to be 9th. He's going to beat Seat 1, who's gone backwards on this last lap. On this, I think the lap before it was the 34, so he really went backwards there. But Firepower takes 9th. Rural will be happy with the top 10. Well done to Rural, top 10 for him out of 15. Seat 1 in 11th. And then it's going to be Thundercats. Thundercat in 12th place. He's just coming towards the last corner now. Stacker 13th, and then we've got Homesy Kalian coming up behind again. Oh, and Thundercats has thrown it away on the last corner, but he's just got enough of a run to keep it on track. Stacker goes off as well, but Thundercats is going to be in 12th, 13th for Stacker. Homesy Kalian in 14th place as he goes on the dirt, and Danny Quaver rounds off the 15. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, so here's the results from that one then. So Callum takes an important win in that one. So Callum wins that race from Neil Farmack in 2nd place. Then it is TY in 3rd. Techno finishes in 4th. Bidzster, Callum's rival, finishes in 5th position there, so not the best race there for Bidzster. Good fight back there. Was Rodders in 6th, Gummy Bear 7th, Thingamajig in 8th, Firepower 9th as we go over the page, Rural in 10th, 11th is Seat 1, Thundercats a decent 12th, Stacker back in 13th, Homesick Alien in 14th, and Danny Quaver rounds off the 15, and it's Neil Farmack with the fastest lap, a 1:24.6. Okay guys, there is your winner, Callum Paul Banks in the Ford Mustang. Well done to him. He takes a good points haul and extends his lead in the championship from 1 point to, well, quite a few more points than 1. So we'll see you guys next time for race 2 in the GR4 cars. Take care guys.